When one of Hollywood's biggest stars suddenly vanished from the spotlight, at the height of her career, fans were left wondering what could possibly make America's sweetheart walk away from millions. Sandra Bullock had just delivered a massive $190 million hit with The Lost City, cementing her status as the only actress to score $100 million blockbusters across 4 different decades. Then she dropped a bombshell that left everyone stunned. What the public didn't know was that Sandra was hiding a devastating secret that would soon change her life forever. In 2022, Sandra shocked the entertainment world by announcing she was stepping away from acting indefinitely after 35 years of non-stop work. "I'm so burnt out, I'm so tired, and I'm so not capable of making healthy, smart decisions," she confessed to reporters. The Oscar winner revealed she wanted to be 24/7 with my babies and my family, referring to her adopted children Louis and Lila. At the time, many assumed this was just another celebrity taking a well-deserved break after decades of success. Entertainment outlets speculated about everything from exhaustion to wanting more family time, but the real reason was far more heartbreaking than anyone could have imagined. Sandra wasn't just stepping back from Hollywood glamour, she was preparing to face the fight of her life alongside the man she loved. The actress who had survived explosions in speed and space disasters and Gravity was about to confront a real-life catastrophe that no amount of movie magic could fix. Behind closed doors, Sandra's partner of 8 years, photographer Brian Randall, was fighting a losing battle against one of the most merciless diseases known to medicine. 3 years earlier, Brian had been quietly diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, a progressive neurodegenerative condition that slowly robs patients of their ability to move, speak, and eventually breathe. The diagnosis was kept completely private, with only Sandra and their closest family members knowing the devastating truth about Brian's declining health. ALS is particularly cruel because it leaves the mind completely intact while the body gradually shuts down, meaning patients are fully aware of their deteriorating condition. Brian made the conscious decision early on to keep his battle secret, not wanting public sympathy or media attention during his most vulnerable moments. This meant Sandra had been silently watching the love of her life slip away while maintaining her public persona and continuing to work on major Hollywood productions. The weight of carrying this secret while fulfilling professional obligations had become unbearable. As Brian's condition worsened throughout 2022 and early 2023, Sandra made the heart-wrenching decision to put her legendary career on hold to become his primary caretaker. The woman who had captivated audiences in Speed, Miss Congeniality, and Gravity was now spending her days managing medical appointments, coordinating with round-the-clock nurses, and cherishing every precious moment with the man she had once called the love of my life on Red Table Talk. Sandra's sister Jazine later revealed the incredible lengths Sandra went to, describing how her amazing sister assembled a band of nurses who helped her look after him in their home. The actress essentially transformed their house into a private medical facility, with nurses becoming like roommates who often sacrificed time with their own families to provide 24-hour care. During this period, Sandra rarely left Brian's side, turning down lucrative film offers and canceling public appearances. Friends describe this time as Sandra at her most selfless, completely devoted to ensuring Brian's comfort and dignity during his final months. On August 5, 2023, Brian Randall passed away peacefully at age 57, leaving Sandra to navigate an unimaginable loss that would forever change her perspective on life and career. The family's carefully worded statement revealed that Brian had chosen early to keep his journey with ALS private, and those who loved him had honored that wish until the very end. The statement thanked the tireless doctors and astounding nurses who had become part of their extended family during Brian's battle. Sandra, who had once been everywhere in Hollywood, from red carpets to talk shows, retreated even further from public view to grieve and help her children Louis and Layla process the devastating loss of the man who had helped raise them since 2015. The photographer who had started as a hired hand for Louis's birthday party had become a father figure to both children, making his absence profoundly felt throughout their household. For months afterward, Sandra was barely seen in public, choosing to focus entirely on her family's healing process while dealing with her own overwhelming grief. But Sandra wasn't facing this nightmare alone, and her friendship with Jennifer Aniston became a crucial lifeline during the darkest period of her life. In a recent interview that offered rare insight into her private struggles, Sandra revealed how Aniston provided unwavering support during a particularly difficult flight when she wasn't in a great place, referring to the period around Brian's illness and death. Despite Aniston's well-known fear of flying, she held Sandra's hand throughout the entire journey, repeatedly telling her, "This is just a bump," while helping her stay grounded during turbulence, both literal and metaphorical. This moment perfectly illustrated how real friendship transcends personal fears when someone you love is suffering. Aniston later described how supporting Sandra made her own anxieties disappear, All of a sudden, my fear falls away, and I get to take care of them. Their bond deepened during this crisis, with Aniston becoming one of the few people Sandra trusted with her pain. The friendship also extended to practical support, with Aniston reportedly helping coordinate care for Sandra's children and providing emotional stability when Sandra felt overwhelmed by grief and responsibility. Now, nearly 2 years after Brian's passing, Sandra is carefully stepping back into the spotlight, and the transformation is nothing short of remarkable. Sources close to the actress reveal she's been getting chiseled and trying new looks as she prepares for her highly anticipated return in Practical Magic 2, scheduled for September 2026. The sequel to her 1998 cult classic will reunite her with Nicole Kidman, and insiders say Sandra is determined to look and feel her absolute best for what's being described as one of the most physically demanding roles she's tackled in years. At 61, she's hitting the gym with a vengeance, understanding that the film's premise requires her and Kidman to be in peak condition. The source noted that Sandra is realistic about what Practical Magic 2 requires. She and Nicole need to look as hot as humanly possible, or the whole premise doesn't work. This isn't about vanity but professional dedication. Sandra is also experimenting with new makeup and costume looks, working with top stylists to create a fresh image for her comeback. The preparation represents more than physical transformation. It's symbolic of Sandra rebuilding herself after devastating loss. The decision to return to acting wasn't made lightly, and Sandra's approach to choosing projects has completely transformed since Brian's death. After seriously considering whether to retire from acting permanently, Sandra realized that Brian would have wanted her to continue pursuing her passions and bringing joy to audiences worldwide. She's become incredibly selective about her work, choosing only projects that hold a special place in her heart and allow her to collaborate with trusted friends and colleagues. This careful curation led to her reunion with Keanu Reeves for an upcoming romantic thriller with Amazon MGM, fulfilling her own 2024 prediction that they need to do something in front of the camera again before she leaves this planet. Their friendship, which began during Speed in 1994, has endured for 3 decades, making Keanu one of the few people Sandra trusts completely. She's also reportedly considering projects with other longtime collaborators, like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Grant, prioritizing relationships over paychecks. Sandra's new philosophy is simple: life is too short to work with people who don't bring joy or meaning to the experience. Every project must now pass the test of whether it's worth time away from her children and personal healing. At 61, Sandra Bullock has discovered what truly matters most in life, and her priorities have shifted dramatically from her pre-loss perspective. The actress, who once relied on work as a crutch, admitting she was opening up a fridge all the time looking for something that was never there, now prioritizes being fully present for her teenagers Louis and Lila. Both children continue to honor Brian's memory by asking themselves, what would Brian do when facing challenges, keeping his wisdom and values alive in their daily decisions. Sandra has learned to say no more often, choosing quality family time over the relentless demands of Hollywood stardom that once consumed her life. Her journey from heartbreak to healing offers a powerful reminder that even our biggest stars face unthinkable losses and must find ways to rebuild. The decision to step away at the peak of her career to care for someone she loved demonstrates a different kind of courage than any action movie role could ever demand. As she cautiously returns to the screen with carefully chosen projects, Sandra has emerged not just as a survivor but as someone who truly understands that life's most important moments happen far away from cameras, red carpets, and box office numbers.